Rawr. Was it a biography? The buddy? I updated to Windows 11 today. Not sure how I feel about it yet. I was nervous, low key, to do so. All right, here's what we got on in store tonight. No card ripping, but something new and unique to the channel. You guys may think is kind of cool. You guys noticed we are in the food and drinks category of Twitch. And that is predominantly because we will be doing a blind bourbon whiskey tasting. I guess spirit tasting. I got to use kind of my barrel called a solo blind. I'll go ahead and kind of showcase that. I'm so excited for this thing. It's kind of funky, but it's super cool in my opinion. I don't know if this is like a great angle of it. This is fun. I'm excited, dude. I'm so excited for this. You can see the side. Kind of is like a optical illusion almost. It looks like it's flat, but like 3D at the same time. Good. Yeah. Nah, I'm so excited for this. So basically, I'm still trying. I think I'll figure out how to do it a little different in the future, but this is what will work for today. I'll switch over to the other microphone or whatnot, but it'll be like this. I don't love that I'm using this headset microphone more and more, but it's okay. And like I said, in the future we'll have ideally a different setup and be able to rock some microphones that are super nice while we're doing this as well. Shocked myself through my phone. It's a different another different playlist for tonight to try to fit a different mood. Okay, so this is called the Solo Blind. If I had 2 more Glencairns, I would have been able to kind of set this up myself, but I also want to do some blinds that I'm not picking the bottles, but this will be really good for if people want to do a blind, like have me do a blind. Glen who? Yeah. So basically I've got 4 Glencairn glasses in here, and technically didn't have to use the barrel or the solo blind tonight, but we are, because I haven't used it yet and I'm excited. So here I'm sliding around the Glencairns, and I won't know kind of what is what. If we take this off, it's got all the Glencairns in it. This is what it looks like. And so there are 4 Glencairns here, and we're going to start with this one. And on each of these like little tags, I don't know if you guys can really see them, but M went ahead and put the four different names of what she poured into each Glencairn. So I got my water over here. I'm still gonna try to figure out how I want to do this. I don't know if I want to do it set up over here because then the camera can't see me. Let me try something. And then after we do all this, because I won't let this take a huge amount of time. I'm trying to figure if I should sip it over here and use this microphone, maybe. It's okay, I planned for this. I planned in case I wanted to do it this way, which I think I do. I think this will be a little bit better. So I have my blind tasting sheet. This is sample A. Best of both worlds. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. 219. Have you been on Windows 11 for a while, Alex? I just switched over today. I haven't noticed too much different outside of like the settings, but I was afraid that I was going to reset like all my settings. I got a little nervous, but overall not too bad. I figured bottom left would be a decent spot for it, just that way you can still see everything in the background of myself, and the chat is kind of transparent, so let's go ahead and get into our first tasting. All right. Interesting. There's not a spot on this tasting sheet. You already spun it? Yeah, I spun it around. We labeled it A though, because I didn't fill these. Normally, I won't label it A because I will be pouring 4 and then putting it inside and then spinning them randomly, so I don't know which one I'm pulling out. All of these are marked. I don't have enough non-branded Glencairns to do it solo. So Woods filled these 4. She picked 4 bottles randomly from like my 116. That's the name of the barrel, you goof. Woods picked 4 bottles of my 116 bottles or whatever it is, and chose them at random, poured them half-ounce pours in here. And so it could be a range from anything. I have stuff from super young to pretty old to low proof to high proof to not even bourbon or whiskey. So have a lot of different options. So we'll kind of see. Woods is picking sips tonight. Exactly. I would have done it solo, Alex, but like I said, I only had 2 that were non-branded. So all 4 are mellow corn. Okay. Yikes. One of them is Mott's 100%. Oh no. Like Mott's apple juice? That's diabolical. Imagine one's just like fucking Frank's hot sauce. Interesting color on this one. Mellow corn is diabolical. Yeah, I do have a bottle of mellow corn, so it is possible that one of these. Now, one of them is applesauce. One of them is just a slice of her sourdough in the Glencairn. This one's just ranch. I
can smell it. You go for I can smell it, not that I can see it not moving in the Glencairn glass. Maybe that's why they don't have. Maybe that's why they don't have appearance on here. See, they have like nose, palate, finish, and the Glencairns you can buy through this company is called Just Neat LLC. They have like the Glencairns blacked out, but I feel like you get it's good. Supposed to use a straw. I like being able to see the color. You know what I'm saying? So these have been sitting out for a little bit, so this will be good. There shouldn't be too much ethanol sitting on anything. Next subathon. Hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
We should find 2 more Glencairns and then spray paint them black. That way I can't see what's inside. So then I just have to sip, and one of them could just be hot sauce. Yeah, I've seen hot ones.
Like if a certain amount of subs goes in it.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Then we'd have to add like an arrow or like use maybe the indent. You know what I mean? Yeah. That could be good. You can see while you sip it. No, yeah, that's true. She's saying here, you can kind of see it. If you point at it, they can see it right now. So like there's a little indentation. Let me move it real quick. So there's an indentation at the bottom where her hand is at. And what are you doing with your fingers? Yeah, what is she doing? Yeah, she's just showing all of her tricks why I married her. But hey yo, true. So there's a little indentation on the bottom plate that we could put like an arrow on or something like that, and I could just keep the barrel and spin it and then pull the barrel off, and if it was like whatever hot sauce was in front of that is what we would have to sip from. This is not cookie dough whiskey. Hell yeah, you're right. It's not cookie dough whiskey. Get out of here. Cookie dough whiskey, motherfucker. Okay. I'm sure that would go good kind of in the blind, though, because you wouldn't necessarily know. Bro, it was delicious. Bro, then it's not bourbon. I shouldn't say that. There's some bourbons that are delicious. It's just not for me. I don't like flavored whiskeys. I can't get on board with them. It's been 5 days and I'm still thinking about it. I mean, they got you hooked, brother. Okay, so these are 4 bottles that was picked out from my collection selection. So we'll go ahead and kind of go through. So taste or pour number A. Nope, nailed it. Pour letter A. You're a Scrooge, all good. Okay, dude. Definitely a lighter whiskey or a lighter spirit. Pour letter A. Little bit of ethanol smell. Not like any legs, so probably a lower proof. If he guesses it off of smell alone, I quit. I kind of recognize it. I'm trying to place it. But you can't give it away in chat. Younger, it's lighter, it's lower proof, probably sub 100. Not sub 100. Log off forever, delete my account. Jesus, we're starting hot. Okay. The higher proof for sure. It did, but it didn't smell like that. I'm just writing down some of my notes. I can't spell things, so a little ethanol. I can't spell. It's got to be a higher corn mash bill, I would think. All right, let's revisit. Lots of corn up front. But not like, I don't think, he doesn't look like he likes it. I'm just trying to, I've never had like my face on camera while I'm tasting things. Where does it sit on my palate? The finish leaves very quickly. It's definitely a little more like floral. It's not like smoky, it's not wood. It's like very earthy grounds. I think this is also going to tell a lot about my selection. There's a little spot for beverage. I'm going to use that spot at the bottom to guess. And don't laugh how I try to spell ethanol. Something tells me this is the barrel-proof James E. Pepper. That's in like the pretty decanter bottle. It has like a rye spice, so it's corn heavy, but it has a little rye in the mash bill because it's super peppery on the. Yo, well, good job getting VIP, Karasu. Homie stopped in a little bit early when we were first starting. Was off to work. No metagaming? What do you mean? I'm not metagaming, bro. I think this is the James E. Pepper barrel proof, the decanter bottle, is my guess. The only reason I say that is because that one I remember being a little bit. I know you thinking about what would Woods picks. I actually wasn't thinking that at all. That's purely taste. That's purely profile. I have a couple different James E. Peppers, which is why I'm saying that specifically, like describing it that way. Yeah, the finish leaves rather quickly, and that's something that James E. Pepper I've recognized from. And it also, the finish that doesn't stay for very long is usually very peppery, which is not because of the name, but it's because they have a rye in their mash bill from what I remember. And I remember I did not like this very early on when I first cracked it. It was okay. It aged a little bit, and I liked it a little bit more. And I wonder if it's cycled back around to being more of their true notes from when I first cracked it. It's tip of the tongue. It's tip of the tongue. Tip of the tongue, and then rolls over to the side. The nose, I'm not impressed by the nose. It doesn't smell bad. Now that I've tasted it, it smells like a little bit more like bourbon or whiskey. See, that's the thing. I can't just say bourbon because I have other whiskeys in my selection too. Like the nose, like I said, it's not super enticing. I'd probably give a 4 out of 10. The palate, it's harsh. I guess it could be a rye. It just didn't smell like a rye. You know what? Maybe it is a rye. Not a heavy nose. Maybe it's a rye. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not the James E. Pepper. Damn, dude, I've got so many bottles I could sort through. That's not the goal. I'm not going to pull up my selection and try to pick which bottle it is. I was just curious if I'd be able to do so. Leaves quickly on the finish. Goes from tip of tongue to the side. Corn up front. Sorry, I just watched 5 minutes of ads. Are we still on A? Oh my goodness. Yes, we are still on A. I think the nose, I'm giving it like a 4. I don't think the nose has a lot of like experience. Like it doesn't add too much to the experience. It's ethanol heavy. Smells like corn, but it has me questioning. Like one of my last sips, like it was definitely felt like rye forward, maybe instead of corn forward. I think I'm sticking with my gut. I think it's a corn whiskey that has rye in the mash bill, but is a higher proof. I think I'm going to stick with. I think the burn that I'm getting, that I'm characterizing as like a rye peppery, I think it's being like the rye part of the mash bill is being heightened by the barrel proof or like the higher proof. So I'm going to stick with that. The palate's grown on me. It's harsh. For being the first pour of the tasting, it's a little harsh. Like usually when I look at tastings, I go from like lowest proof to highest proof because we're trying to enjoy the spectrum. Obviously, you can't really do that in a blind because then you could kind of take that meta gaming and be like, oh, well, this should be a lower proof. Can't do that. That would mess up the integrity of the blind. I like the palate. I wish it lingered on the finish a little bit. I like the flavor of the finish, but I think it disappears a little quickly. I think palate-wise, I'm gonna go like 7. The palate's pretty good, but the finish is a little less desirable. So I'm gonna go 5 on the finish. So this is what I've got for A. Little ethanol on the nose. Corn mash bill is what it smells like. 4 out of 10. The palate helps it. Lots of corn up front. It does shift into like a rye, like the peppery spice. Starts at the tip of the tongue and then falls off to the side. And then the finish leaves quickly. And maybe I'd add like rye notes, but maybe confused for like high proof. That's A. My wheels are getting caught or something. So this is B, the top one. In our Whiskey War glass. Normally people would be like, that's a hint. Nah, knowing my wife, she'd put like something diabolical in the Whiskey War, knowing I like Whiskey War. And that first one, I think, was what, Watershed? Now this has got a little bit more age to it. It smells good. He thinks I'm scheming. I've got an idea for this one already. Okay. Nose, fruity. It's very light. No ethanol smell. It has a subtle, like a pomegranate almost. Pomegranate or grape, which makes me think it's from the Buffalo Trace family. It makes me think that way, at least initially. At least initially. Could be wrong. My initial, right off the bat, I'm thinking it's the Bottled and Bond Colonel E.H. Taylor. We'll find out, though. Pretty light in color still, so it can't, like, it's not too old, which would line up with Bottled and Bond, which is 4 years part of the same seasons. Let's give it a taste. Significantly less heat already. So we know this is way lower proof. I don't know if it tastes super like E.H. Taylor, though. It's hard because going from such a high proof to a lower proof kind of has like a... Write my notes down before I forget. So lower proof, guaranteed. I'm guessing around the 100-ish mark, maybe less. Maybe lower. I don't think this is EHT. I think it's Blanton's. Kind of underwhelming. Has the grape smell that I usually get from Buffalo Trace. E.H. Taylor has a bit more of a bite. It's a satisfying pour. I mean, it's not, I mean, it's a good smell. I'd probably put it like an 8 out of 10 smell. Really good. The palate, though, is a little disappointing, which is pretty common for Blanton's. I'd probably put that at like a 6. Like I liked the palette of A better, but the linger on the finish is a little bit better. So I'd probably give it like a 6.5 on that. Initially, I would scheme so the suspicion seems valid. Yeah, my guess is this is my OG Blanton's. God, I'm gonna feel like such an idiot if I'm wrong. It's not the store pick. The store pick is higher. It has a little bit more flavor. I don't think. The finish is like a little bit of wood. It lingers much better. The mouthfeel is like it's not full. It's not thick. So I know it's filtered. So it's kind of watery on the finish. And we get confirmation of that in the legs here. You see how quickly those are dispersing? That's pretty fast in comparison to a lot of the stuff. Sorry if I'm like over talking. This is just like one of my fixations. Yeah, 90. That's what I'm thinking. The other one though, I think is higher proof, just probably filtered. Because that's the main difference with the legs. Like, proof doesn't change how much it grabs to the glass. It's how filtered it is. And James E. Pepper is definitely a filtered whiskey. Those usually go pretty hand in hand, though, I'd imagine, so people confuse it. Yeah, for sure. No, that's very valid. Like, I wonder if the same is true for wine. I'm not sure. I try to avoid wine like the plague. Good pour. I mean, very, very happy with that one. I definitely like this one over A. Grape hater? I love grape, bro. I just don't like... I don't know. So he married an Italian? I mean... Yeah, I'm pretty confident with the OG blends, I think. Unless, I mean, I might be absolutely bewildered. Dude, it's kind of like my fear with doing the blinds. See, that last little taste makes me second guess everything, though. All good, just never take him to the motherland. Okay, that's criminal. Okay, this is what I've got for B. Fruit light, pomegranate or grape on the nose. Really good nose, 8 out of 10. Palate was lower proof for sure. It's sub 100, probably low, probably like 93 is what I'm thinking. Lower woof. Is that what I said? Lower proof. Did I say woof? Sorry. Lower proof. I'm thinking it's like 93, which would be Blanton's. And then it's a little bit of woody. It lingers a little bit. The mouthfeel is very watery because it's super filtered. It makes sense for a lower proof as well. So that's my guess. OG Blanton's. So I'm going to probably be so wrong. Just look like an absolute idiot. All right. 219. All right. Letter C. Can I come in at the end and reveal your score out of 4? Sure. All right. Yeah, bro, all these look so light. All right, Heaven Hill Glass. This is letter C. Again, very light comparatively. A little tinge of like this one might actually be a little darker. I feel like he's doing good based on that comment. I feel like I'm probably not doing well. She's gonna hit me with 0 out of 4. She just wants to hit me with a teacher, like F, fail. We're holding you back. Ooh. I feel like he isn't doing good. Oh no. We don't give letter scores anymore? Okay. Below average. Not insufficient. 1 on reading comprehension. This one smells really good. It's like bread. Like a sweet bread. That smells really good. That's probably a 9. I think it's a little sweet for my tasting. It smells really good though. No ethanol. It's what, like light bakery sweet bread. I like this one a lot. It smells really good. Probably a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I could smell that forever. All right, legs test. Very fast. Probably lower proof. Okay, so I think this is a finished bourbon. Lots of toast, lots of like. It's 4 out of. Where's my phone? It's been so long since I've had proper toast. I love toast. We literally have a bakery in our house. Come have toast, literally. Okay, so I have 109 bottles. And they should all be tracked and okay in there. I'm building up too much static electricity. I just shorted out my camera. Did you see that? Toast and Pokemon weekend? Hell yeah, dude. Toast. We got baked goods, we got bourbon, we got Pokemon. And the mic did a thing, I think. Is it fixed? Is it okay? I touched my metal arm. Yeah, it's okay. My bad. Sorry. I guess I have socks on and my slippers, and these sweatpants are like very staticky. I literally went and touched my phone over there and like actually hurt myself. What else? All right, super sweet smelling. 109 bottles, so 4 and 109. I feel like I'm interrupting something here. Okay, so I think this is double barreled. I just stuck my finger in my ear so hard in not a good way. As long as it was larger than your pinky, then you should be okay. Switching to mobile, okay. I think this was a secondary finished bourbon. The reason I say that is the smell is very different from the palate. The palate is very like woody, toasted, burnt, like I said, woodsy. But this one's like a strong wood, like it's true wood. It coats my mouth, which is usually indicative of a finished bourbon. It's really good. I think I'm also learning that I probably need to be drinking more bourbon because all of these have left like a singe on my tongue. This one's hitting the back of my tongue. Kind of like a campfire finish. Where does my brain go instinctually? To a Ben Holiday bottled in bond sweet, one of the small bottles. The Ancient Cave release. It might be a little bit higher proof than that though. I could see this being the 1856 mash bill, which I think was the sweet. I think that'll be my guess. The palate, palate on this one's probably an 8. Probably my favorite one so far. Finish is a little weak, but still a really good flavor. So 7, I would probably put out of 10. And my guess would probably be the Ben Holiday Sweet Ancient Cave. Late to the party, what are we drinking? So we are doing a blind. We are on letter C of the 4. It's probably the most bourbon I've had since the event on February 1st. So yeah, we're doing a solo blind, or not we're just doing a blind. Basically, Emily picked out 4 of the bottles of my selection and put them in the barrel, and we are trying them all out. So, letter A, I had ethanol heavy corn mash bill on the nose, so 4 out of 10, not super great. Palate was a lot of corn up front, tip of the tongue that then fell to the side, and it had a rye note afterwards. The finish left very quickly, and definitely higher proof, like dehydrated our mouth. I think this is the James E. Pepper barrel proof in the decanter bottle. And then we switched over to pour B, and this one was a lot better. The nose was immediately like refreshing and light, smelled of fruit and grape, which I usually get from Buffalo Trace products. It was way lower proof. Almost criminal to have this one after the first one, because if it's the James E. Pepper, it's like 127, 129, I think. And this one was like sub 100. Little wood at the very end. The mouthfeel was watery, so I think this is OG Blanton's, is what I kind of am guessing. I've got 109 bottles that she picked from, so I'm about to probably be made an absolute fool. And then the one we just finished up was my favorite one so far. No ethanol on the nose. Very light bakery, sweet bread is kind of what I was picking up on. The taste was very different than the smell. It came off as like a toasted or like a finished bourbon. So a secondary finish, and so that kind of led me to think it fell on the back of my tongue, kind of campfirey. So I think this is the Ben Holiday Ancient Cave release, bottled in bond, 100 proof, and then it's their sweet rendition. Because I remember it smelling super sweet, but not necessarily tasting super sweet. So now we go into the last one, and then she'll come up here and tell me how wrong I am. Super fun though. I mean, it's made me second guess so much. How much do I really know? No. Okay, this is probably the darkest one so far. Holiday glass. I normally would have poured these myself if I had non-branded Glencairns, but I only had 2 non-branded Glencairns. So Wuds gave us a hand and poured, chose 4 bottles and poured them out for us. Darker, which either is indicative of age or secondary finish. Little bit of ethanol. Comes off like a cleaning. I can't place this one. Check the legs. Swirl that around. Oh, very thick boy legs. Very thick boy legs. You can kind of see it on the back. Look how long see how long those are sticking to the glass? The unfiltered probably. I have an idea. Based off of that hint. Let's find out. Nose. Kind of cleaning supplies. So high ethanol. Legs. Super slow. Super slow. Darker. What is this? It's like a citrus fruit. Something very light and sharp. Let's give it a taste. So definitely higher proof. But very well balanced. It's just a very bourbon-y bourbon taste. I think I know which one it is. Definitely high proof. It's uncut, unfiltered, straight from the barrel. There's a note that I can't place. It's not a... I don't think it's a baking spice. It's like a dark chocolate almost. Okay. Nose, 5 out of 10. Not super great. Kind of cleaning supplies. Palate, though, really good. Really like this one. Tasty. Very, very tasty. Interestingly tasty. It takes you on a journey through it. Kind of takes you through a couple of valleys and hills. I'd probably put it at like a 7.5. And what I really like is the finish. The finish is probably the highest of the night at an 8, I think. Yeah. It sticks. Part of that's probably because it's uncut, unfiltered. We know that because of high proof, super strong legs, and the way that it coats my mouth. What I think this is, I think this is the Watershed batch number 2. Which would be kind of insane because I think all of these bottles are on the top shelf. Except for the Sweet Cave, that's technically on top of the shelf. But this has got to be my ranking. I think this one I've gotten at number 2. I think I'm going to have to, what I think is the Ben Holiday Secret Ancient Cave, Sweet Ancient Cave. I had that at number 1, which was the C. This D at number 2. Very tasty, higher proof, very good. Honestly, a really close 1 and 2. And then we definitely drop off into a 3, which is what I think is OG Blanton's. And then number 4 being the first one, which I think is a James E. Pepper barrel proof. I'm going to sip on this one to finish this out. That's all 4 pours. It is time for us to see kind of how we did. I'm nervous. Dude, I'm so nervous. Dude, I'm actually so nervous. I don't know why. I feel like this is gonna either make or break me as like a connoisseur. I don't know. I just feel like I had some pretty strong opinions.
This is my seat now.
Here, I can get rid of the what's being blocked. I guess they don't really need to see this anymore.
Okay.
My score out of 4.
And first things first, what was the theme?
The theme?
The theme.
There was a theme?
There was a theme.
Ones that you like or ones that you've been with me when I got? No? I'll take the theme.
All right.
All right? I'm fucked. GG's.
And when Alex said he would have schemed, we're definitely birds of a feather because I was scheming. You started at 123 proof, dropped off in the middle, ended on 123.
Okay, I kind of got that, I think.
Your score.
It's 0 out of 10. It's 0 out of 4. Yeah. No, I mean, once you said that they were ryes, I wasn't even thinking rye.
It is 0 out of 4.
Okay, this is good to know, though. This is good. Is this the... No, that one's 117. Okay, I'm interested to know. So do you want the order that I like them in? Or A to D? Oh, I guess we have the tags. I forgot we have the tags. Here, I'll turn that thing back on. Your hands will be in...
I'm ready.
Well, let me make this a little bit... Here, I'll just actually switch cams. I'll go to this one. Yo, what's up, Nighthawk? Welcome in, buddy. All right, you've got the floor.
Okay.
They can't hear you. Do you want this on? So you can talk to them? I'll switch the microphone to... I can repeat it. Or you can show it to the camera if you want to. All right, so this... We can do A first. Yeah, let's just do A, B, and C. A, my guess was the James E. Pepper barrel proof to cancer, which I know is not right because that is not a rye. So I'm interested because this was my least favorite. All right.
Which is extra hurtful. I got you. This is the Holly's Stillhouse Church.
Okay. At least favorite of the 4, not a bad one. I still liked all 4. Okay, so this was the Polly's. Interesting.
Sorry. Hang on, I gotta tell Biography how you did. Biography, he failed to guess the theme. I was, in fact, scheming. He got 0 out of 4.
They were all ryes. Which I feel like I kept saying that they were rye mash bill because I was getting a peppery finish, but I didn't give that enough value to make it seem like it was a full rye. So
There were a couple times whenever you like
on B, oh no. Interesting. Okay, so you avoided the Mets game too hard, the meta games too hard, dude. I did terrible, which is good to know. Like I got to do this more because like I think I've been so focused lately on bourbons with the events and stuff that I've been doing. I haven't given enough time to rise. So this is super interesting. I figured she was scheming, but I figured it was based off of like glass name, not a theme. So they aren't all rye. They literally are all rye. She gave that as the theme. And I didn't guess a single rye. So W in the chat. So first one I thought was James G. Pepper barrel proof to cancer. Ended up being the Polly Shooter, which is one that she got is a Missouri rye here in Herman, Missouri. So I do like that. I liked all 4 of these, but that one was the one I liked the least. So... And then pour letter B. I keep saying number. I thought this was OG Blanton's. So I'm really I honestly just take away my diploma. I'm not even a connoisseur. I know nothing. Very fruit light on the nose. I did like the nose on this one. Probably second best on the nose. But I thought the palate and the finish was a little fall off. I thought it was OG Blanton's. I said it was less than 100 proof. So I was right there. It dropped off.
This is the lowest one.
My guess is probably, if now knowing that it's ryes, a fruit heavy rye that's super low with a woody linger and super watery. It's got to be like maybe like the Old Forester rye, or I don't know. I'm kind of twisted. I'm so thrown for a loop that these were all ryes. All right, reveal it. What do we got? The Elijah Craig straight rye. Okay, so I was right because that one's 93 proof. 94. Okay, so I was good on the proof. My tongue I can trust on the proof, but I'll be honest, that's usually a rye that I don't like. So it's interesting that beat out the polys, because I think if I would have known polys versus that, I would have chosen polys over Elijah Craig rye. So Vography's had that one. He's had a taste of that bottle, so that's interesting. I get that. Definitely makes more sense that Heaven Hill has that kind of smell on their rye. Interesting.
I specifically did not.
The Heaven Hill. See, that you were thinking about it.
Putting it in the Heaven Hill because you would.
Yep. Let's see. No. I mean, that's what you were thinking. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, surely they can't all be rye. Very cool, though. Now you can go back and look at notes from them. Like, if you do the same ones again, it could be fun. Like flashcards, 100%. That's like, I got this barrel solo blind, so I'd be able to kind of like pick together 4 bottles that would be kind of fun to pair against each other and then do it. So this has been really interesting, having someone's other mindset picking the bottles and me kind of checking myself. I need to go back to school, I guess, on ryes. So the second one I thought was OG Blanton's Elijah Craig rye. So kind of heavy hitters on the names. Heaven Hill versus Buffalo Trace kind of makes sense, but that, I mean, I'm an 0 for 4, so I'm grasping for anything that makes me still an apprentice bourbon taster or whatever it is. So okay, Pour C. This was my favorite of the night. I enjoyed this one a lot. The smell was the best. The palate I thought was the best. The finish wasn't quite the best, but very strong. I said the smell was like a sweet bread, light bakeries kind of notes. I said this was a toasted finish, so like a secondary finish style pour. Hit the back of my tongue. I thought this was the Ben Holiday Ancient Cave sweet rendition because of how it displayed itself. That's not a rye, so I do think it's probably around 100, 110 proof, somewhere in between there. 160. Is this the Emerald Rye? Okay. It's the Blue Run Emerald Rye. There you go. I know the proof. I knew that one was like 116, 117. So that's promising, though, because I have bought backups of that rye, and it beat out all these other ryes. So it's a good one that I bought backups on. So interesting. That's super cool. Sneak one of these bottles into the next one. That'd be criminal. Like double dipping. We have like 105 other bottles you could pick from, and you just pick the same 4, like something insane like that. Imagine. Interesting. Okay, so what I thought was the Ben Holiday sweet Ancient Cave rendition ended up being the Blue Run Emerald Rye. So no, for real. That way you can try and learn, dude. We're getting there. I'm learning. I should have trusted I said that I thought it was a corn smelling, which makes sense, I think, on the polys. It was very corn forward. And then it finished. All of these did taste, like literally, I have like pepper. I have pepper. Like I have like all of these rye notes that I should have just been like, wait, these are probably ryes.
You kept saying.
Yeah. I was right there. But that's super. It's cool to see. It's cool. I should have picked up how the mouth feel too, because like right now, knowing that it's a rye and then feeling how my tongue feels.
Yeah, you're like, I haven't making my tongue feel funny. And
which is literally a rye thing. So rye soaks up so much moisture. I should have picked up on that. So this is cool. This is interesting. So letter C was Blue Run Emerald Rye, which is, I would arguably say, top 2, top 3 ryes. Obviously, I thought it was the best tasting out of these 4, so I'm curious what number or letter D is. Makes me fearful. Now knowing that it's rye, I wonder if it's the Frey Ranch. I'm hoping it's not, because I think that is my favorite rye, and that means that the Emerald Run or the Blue Run Emerald Rye beat it out. So I'm curious to know what pour D is, which I thought was the Watershed batch number 2. I knew it was high proof, which you said was like what, 123, something like that, 125, somewhere in that range. So I trust my tongue. I trust myself on figuring out what proof things are. I said it was the palate, the nose was second worst. Came off as like cleaning supplies, was unfiltered, uncut, held onto the glass very, very long. So like that to me is high proof, unfiltered or uncut, unfiltered. Palette immediately said higher proof. Came off as like dark chocolate, which kind of is sometimes a tasty note for rye. And then it went from the tip to the sides. So now that I know a tip to the sides is a rye thing. And what did I say? I said it's peppery, but not overly peppery, which is insane. So I had this ranked at number 2, thinking it was the Watershed batch number 2, and it actually ended up being the Heaven Hill grain to glass rye. Interesting. I literally had that one like a week and a half ago. That's insane.
I chose from every level.
No, that's awesome. Yeah.
That was the other thing that I did.
Because the polys is on top.
Very top.
Yeah. The 3+. The Elijah Craig is middle, and then Heaven Hill should be, I think, is 2.5 plus, so it should be middle tier or middle shelf. But that's interesting. It means you did very well. It threw me for a loop on all of them. Lots of learning to be done here. That's super cool. I'm glad thank you for helping me with it. That's super fun. So interesting. So much variety within them still, dude. Literally, I mean, shit, I didn't think a single one of them was a rye. I think I should have trusted myself. I kept saying that it was like a rye mash bill. I should have just been like, no, it's a rye. Well, I see Vography on underneath my thing, so interesting. That's why I like the way you can cook up the juice. Yeah, no, it's insane, dude. Did you, at some point when stomach settles or whatnot, you still are always welcome to come on over. That's what I'm honestly, one of the things I'm super excited about of having, like, purchasing a house is finding an area to like just have bourbon stuff and just be like super cozy, some fucking leather couches, some leather chairs, and just kind of like sit there and fucking a little bonfire or some shit and drink some fucking bourbon. I'm so excited to set that up. Plus, it'll allow us to kind of do some more stuff of this nature. So, wow. Body says poison. It's trying to kill us. Don't let it. All right, so let me write on the back of these what they were. This one was the Poly Shooter from Missouri. The third one was Elijah Craig Rye. The second one was the Blue Run Emerald Rye. And the last one was the Heaven Hill grain to glass rye. So that I take this as partial good, right? Oh no. Wait, I messed all these up, didn't I? A E I mixed these C's and the C and D up. This one was the Blue Run Emerald Rye. Gotta scribble all this out. Just stomach lining. This last one was Heaven Hill grain to glass. Interesting. Super fun stuff. That's super cool. Hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed it. Kind of hearing how wrong I was and me going through kind of the things that I was trying to pull apart. New invention, a bottle sleeve that you can slide note cards into so you can read them later on and store right on the bottle. I have a little accordion folder with all of the stuff that I get from like events and that type of stuff, but that's a good idea. I kind of like that. Or like something that attaches to the bottom of the bottle and you could like put all your notes in there. Leather. Ooh. Branded. All right, there's your $1 million idea, buddy. Buttons. Bronze. We are so back, sir. I'm going to go grab the eraser for those. That way our tags stay pretty good. And then I'll probably take these glasses down, but leave the barrel up here. W. Okay, what do we want to do for the next little bit? Test 1 2 3. There she is. Okay. I had to make sure the subtitles were working. Sorry. All right, I think for the last little bit, I'm gonna switch this to this one, and then let's start by going through poke data. And go through and kind of organize some stuff. Here. I got that switched over. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to leave it on this microphone, I think, because I'm going to bring stuff over here to kind of sort through. Gotta see if dude, I'm so happy my Jesse and Jamie isn't marked by a pen. Wait, that was actually hilarious. She got rickrolled by the. Yes, I do have the Arbok in there. I guess I can show. Why would you draw that now? It's kind of like the signatures on some of the trainer cards. Except it's just a black line. True. Why would you draw that? Yeah. No, I agree with you, buddy. Do you need either of these trainers, the Hassle or the Rhyme? I'll bring them in. I'm going to be in office tomorrow. I'll trade some stuff for sure. I mean, I trust you, buddy. Like, I know you're not going to scam me. I just to make sure. So the Rhyme and the Hassle, or do you already have the Hassle? I can bring those into the office. Have I added this one? I don't know if I added the promos. A Ninetales pull was nutty. Dude, it was. I was here. Feel strong, man. I have neither. Okay, I'll set them aside to bring to you. What's up, Luna? How are you, buddy? We just finished doing some bourbon tasting. Just chilling, watched a movie. What movie did you watch? Collector app has an update. Trying to make sure I haven't missed any of my cards. Much love. Got to go to bed. W sips with sorts. No worries, buddy. Sleep well. I will see you tomorrow. I'm not too far behind you. Called Sing Sing is up for a few Oscars next month. It's about a program in prisons that helps them act and put on plays for rehabilitation based on true story too. Was very good. Nice. Sounds dope. That's gonna sign me out, yeah. Based on true story. I kind of love those, dude. Been on a movie kick this last year-ish? Oh, hell yeah. Aimed for 26 last year, one movie every other week and hit 27. This year I'm already at 13. Jeez, that's insane, dude. That's insanity. That's M kind of did that with books. She reads a lot. I'm not as keen on reading personally. Yeah, my book goal last year was 12. I think I got 8. Dude, I just can't sit down and do that. I've tried. It's just I thought it's really difficult for me. Like my ADHD. I just finished book 7. That's what I was thinking. You always get off to a really strong start, and you really like reading. Last year I did 35. Yeah, I don't think I even did 3. Like I wanted to try to do one a month, and just even that, I've got to be in the mood for it. And just lately, I have not been in the mood. I've been trying to do all this other stuff. You and my mom need to have a competition. Oh shit! But the year before, I did none. That's true. She reads like one every week. It's just insane. I wish I could, dude. I'd love. I feel like my vocabulary would get much better. Like I'd be able to speak more eloquently as well. I just said I'm an idiot. So, what was I trying to look up? Oh, updates for apps. Looks like Artisan is playable in Tinkaton, and didn't you pull the lineage in a pack recently? I think I did. Tinkaton and Tinkatink. I'm slowly convincing her to come to the movie side, though. Oh, shit. Gonna ruin her. I feel like I haven't taken as much time for it at the start of this year. I haven't wanted to sit still. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, we have so many things in the irons right now that I'm sure we will want to settle and just take it easy. Have a little cozy book nook and chill. We have right now we're in kind of negotiation for one of the house that we really like, so it's insane. Baby steps. The goal is definitely reachable if you take it step by step. Yeah. The issue is if I try to break it down like, oh, if you just do 10 pages a day, then like I get behind 2 days and I'm like, well, I got to catch up. I got to do 30 pages, and 30 pages sounds terrible, and then I just don't want to do any of them. So I understand that I'm the problem. I get that. What was this one? Was that just Scarlet and Violet? No. What did I have that from? Shrouded Fable? No, it would have been Paldea. Evolved. Yeah. Okay, so I do have those ones marked. And the Eevee was from Prismatic, I believe. Yeah, I've got that one in there. Cool. Okay, so everything in this one I should have like in there. Yeah, but if you like it, then you read 50, no problem, and then you're ahead 4 days. Yeah, I mean you're not wrong, dude. I don't disagree with you. The issue is finding a book that I feel like is helping me and I like. Right now, the books that I enjoy reading are at like a really low level. But I'll see if I can't turn some of that around. Redfish, bluefish, yo. I watched 2 of the Lord of the Ring movies back-to-back nights, and let me tell you, if I can do that, I can do anything. That's funny. But also, if it's not a hobby that speaks to you, that's okay. True. I just think there's something to be said that, investing in yourself in a sense such as like reading books, it helps more mentally and can be beneficial. So it's something that I want to try to be able to do. I just have got to find a way to be able to, have it itch the right scratches. What's up, TSI? They were the extended versions too, 6.5 hours of movies with 24 hours. That's insane, dude. We're doing a little bit of logging here for the end of the night. Obsidian Flames. Trying to stay on top of my tracking. Okay, Ninetales is in there now. Yeah, I was trying to pause for you or whatnot, TSI, but we ended up doing a blind bourbon and whiskey tasting tonight. We used the little solo blind thing. Woods and Emily picked out 4 different pours, and I did not do well at all. I failed drastically. Oh no, yeah. Oh no, yeah. It was I was guessing stuff and they said not even close. They were all ryes and I didn't guess a single rye. I just didn't trust myself. I kept saying that there were rye in the mash bill. I just didn't think I should have trusted it. That's unlike you. Bad day, dude. It was a good learning and humbling experience. It was good though. Got to taste some ones that I haven't tasted in a little bit. I do need to add those. We did. I think it was just a 1/2 ounce pour. So, how many 1/2 ounce pours in 50 mils? 25 1/2 ounce pours. So it's about 4%. Wait, what? A 750 milliliter bottle contains approximately 25 1/2 ounce pours as a standard 75 milliliter bottle. Okay. How many ounces? It's 25. And so if it's a 1/2 ounce pour, there's 50. So it's 2%. Thing just made me question everything. Sets. Silver Tempest. Alakazam. It felt awesome when we both said the same thing. Then the Bourbon University instructor said verbatim our sentiment, almost on mark. True. That was promising, and I think that was maybe part of the issue. I haven't looked at Rise in a hot second. Got my Alakazam in there. That's a promo. Okay, these are all unique. No, it was cool. The little solo blind thing. I've got to get 2 more unmarked Glencairn glasses in order to be able to do it solo. Tastes like koala dinner. You'll kind of get a little insight on how I organize all my stuff here. So I'm using two separate apps. One's the collector app on the App Store, and that I have split up into separate sets so I can look up each set individually. And then this one I have set up just as one big collection. So here, like on my phone that I'm looking down at right now, I'm sorting specifically for temporal forces. So I can add this one, and then on where my mouse is, the display capture, I'm adding the Maridon EX. And saying that this EX is only a couple cents. Interesting. That Switch you shared with us earlier, that was kind of cool looking to get a hold of and snag that one. Looked good. I need to get these into binders. I'm running out of room in my little tea things. Nope, this is Hydrapple is in Scarlet Crown. I've got a set of 4 glasses just floating if you need unmarked. I can shoot those your way. I just brought back the collection of Holiday, Elijah Craig C923, and the Sweet Wheat you sourced. Ooh. I only need 2, so I'd be happy to purchase 2 unmarked glasses off of you. I usually just try to find them at like Goodwill and stuff like that. Scarlet Stellar Crown is what I'm looking for. Show sets, Stellar Crown, and then Hydrapple EX. Got that added. That Switch is super neat. A cheapy ultra rare that I'd gladly slam on y'all's butts in battle. I was just laughing. Cause was it yesterday we pulled this one? And that's what I was saying. If you want this one, I'd be happy to hand it over to you. I think it's $2 if that. So I'm not even bothered by it. Do this. You weren't here for the blind or whatnot, but this is that little solo blind thing that I bought. Cause it's pretty cool looking. I'll have to check the VOD. Yeah, I'll probably put it into some digestible spots as well and get that out. No need to purchase them. Happy to donate to the cause. Heck, I'll trade you glasses for cards. I mean, what we can piece something together for sure. If you, because you mentioned in the chat that you kind of like the trainer / alt arts or alt lands and that type of stuff. Like, if you like this artisan, I'm not necessarily tied to it. You know, I mean, it's gold and it's hyper rare, but it's only like $2 or something like that, and I'm not connected to it too much. So if that's someone that you would like, I could include that in the trade for Glen Cairns. Whatever you want, buddy. I'm chilling with either or. I'll set it aside for the time being. Alt art lands and trainers that are playable, I'm all for. I'll have to check. I'm not sure if artisan's playable, but we can take a look for sure. In Tinkerton and a couple other decks, as long as you're not trying to slam me X on turn 1. You let me know, buddy. If you would like to have that one, I will include it in some type of trade that we can put together for Glen Cairns. I'm happy to do that. I think that's the other thing. I don't know what decks people are building just yet. I didn't until a quick search. That's valid. That's valid. What is your chase? Dude, I don't even know. I can show you some of the vintage stuff. I'm not sure if you've been around here. Let me switch microphones. This will make this easier. Roger, Roger. This is Alpha 9er coming in for landing. So, here's some of the vintage stuff that we went through recently. Flip this over. And this has been super fun to kind of go through. This is a shadowless Ninetales Hollow from base set. So base set shadowless. In probably better condition. I mean, it's probably $128 card. So that's how we kind of start. Let me bring my phone over for chat. I'm blind on that. Our chat moves fast enough that I lose it. Oh, you're all good, dude. Some of this stuff I was even just showing the boys on stream. And I know not everyone can be available for stream. That's why I'm happy to kind of revisit it. I appreciate you being here tonight. I'm so glad that we kind of set this up, dude. This has been a breath of fresh air for me when it comes to content, dude. I was kind of getting burnt out on some of the other stuff. There's a shadowless Voltorb, old school style. I think I'm gonna want the back of those look like the Charmander I posted. Yeah, some of these are beat all. I mean, this Alakazam, bro, is literally held together with staples. There's staples in each like side of the card, which really sucks.
It really sucks because that card. That card would have been the second highest value at $66. Remington chew on some of them for a bit, and the stomach acid dissolved the card. I mean, that might have done less damage. Our cards aren't even legit playable, dude. That's unless they were in like full sleeves. Boone Electric is asking everyone to conserve energy tomorrow morning. They're worried about power outages? What? That's out of nowhere. What, because everyone's running their heater? Because it's cold as fuck? Because it's so cold? Look, man, we already did our part. Well, we switched it to emergency heat. So yeah, I agree with you, TSI. It's probably with 4 staples in it. Maybe I can pull the staples out and just keep both halves in the sleeve. Here's a base set unlimited Ninetales Hollow that has the shadow. They said turn thermostats down a couple degrees and turn off anything unnecessary. Here I am streaming with like all of these lights on and everything. I feel like we keep ours at a pretty good level. We're only at 70 degrees. Like, I feel like that's pretty cold compared to most people, no? We'll look at doing our part. Heck yeah, donated one to McVeigh. Oh, the base set unlimited hollow Ninetales. Yeah, mine's pretty beat up. These are all from, like I said, my childhood, so they're kind of beat up for sure. Keep them on easy. They're saying from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. Okay, we can look at helping. I'll make sure stuff is off. Like, I won't keep my computer on, and we can look around. We'll do our part. Little Hitmonchan Unlimited Hollow. This one's actually pretty clean, I'm not gonna lie. It looks, I mean, like, it's got some whitening on the edges, but pretty cool. The art looks really good. Yeah, I keep my stuff off when not using the German. I mean, I did the same. Geo was telling me that he keeps his computer on 24/7 all the time. I'm like, dude, that's insane. I love those Hitmonchans. What is your go-to, dude? I don't think I have your. I know, like, at some point you said Gengar because you have like the little keychain, but I don't know if that's what you're chasing. I may have some of the ones that you like. I'd be happy to get them over to you. Little Electabuzz. Geo's a riot, truly. I used to keep mine on. Okay, you guys are insanity. I think I have like 3 of these War Turtles, each in slightly worse condition. Little Pikachu. Little Beedrill. Have any red cheeks? I do not. That's someone mentioned red cheeks as well. It's an Arcanine. This is the only Pikachu we have, I think, at least in the base set unlimited, and it is like the super glowy ones. It's not red, but I'm keeping an eye out. Little Magmar. Little Ivysaur. The art's just so good on the older stuff, in my opinion, dude. Yeah, here's some really messed up ones. Machoke. Another Machoke. This one's in better condition. This Farfetch just kind of cooked. Coughing art is amazing. Hello, Remington. Yeah, this Weedle just has a Weedle sticker on it. I even have first edition Yellow Cheeks. I have a core memory of the Red Cheek, but it is straight gonzo. Unfortunately. Yeah, here's like an unlimited Charmeleon with the sticker. I don't know what little Ben was thinking of adding all these stickers. Charmander. Anything that was worth more than a couple bucks, I sleeved in the top loader. Everything else I just normal sleeved. Honestly, love a sticker. Love the stickers though. Bro, I'm sure. I mean, that's kind of what they were made for. I imagine, right? Pure childhood, exactly, dude. We almost got more excited for the stickers than we did anything else. Here's Team Rocket, Dark Machoke. Team Rocket, Dark Charmeleon. Dude, I'm excited for the Team Rocket set to come out. Dark Vaporeon. Drowsy from Team Rocket. Dark Kadabra. Thanks for doing this for the chat. Love seeing these, dude. No, of course, dude. I love looking back at them as well. Here's a base set 2 Poliwrath that's got the holo. Hey, is there a little base set 2 Wigglytuff holo? Some of these look a little cleaner, for sure. Base set 2 Kangaskhan. Base set 2 Pidgeotto. It's been cool going down memory lane with some of these. Victory Bell. Base set 2 Bulbasaur. Base set 2 Fearow. Drowsy again. Farfetch'd. Sometimes I wish they would have used different art. Starmie. I don't have any base set 2. What year was that? On the card, it's listed as, I think it's 1999 to 2000. So it's like, there was base set, first edition base set shadowless, base set unlimited. Here, I can actually show it. It'll be a little easier to see this. So I use this poke data a lot. And so it's base set first edition, base set shadowless, Base set unlimited, Jungle First Edition Jungle, Wizards of the Coast promos, Fossil First Edition, Fossil, and then base set 2. So, obviously still really early on. Base set 2, their value is obviously you're looking for the Charizards, all those homies. Yeah, I like this one because it sorts it out. It's pretty easy to sort it all out. So this is all the Wizard of the Coast promos, which I think are super cool. This is one I've got to figure out because this just says Dark Charmeleon for Team Rocket. But I don't know how to figure out if it's the Wizard of the Coast. You know what I mean? How is this one considered a promo? That's the part I'm trying to still kind of figure out. Is like, what's the difference between the Wizards of the Coast promo versus the Team Rocket? Oh yeah, there. It's okay. It's just the same exact fucking card. Pardon my French. Is it just the art? Like there's more yellow? Like look at these side by side, dudes. How the hell am I supposed to know which is what? I'm thinking this might be the Wizards of the Coast promo, no? Like this section here is a little darker. Who knows? Is it brighter? Maybe washed out art? I mean, exactly, dude. How am I supposed to tell the difference? Like, what do you want from me, bro? And like, it's a pretty big difference because if that's the Wizards of the Coast promo, it's $274 versus if it's not that one, it's like $4. Left colorless, looked wonky, but could be stream. Yeah, I have no idea, dude. I know it's like all of the Team Rocket ones are like washed a little bit. How to tell if Team Rocket or Wizard of the Coast promo Dark Charmeleon. Oh, wait a second. I found it. So it doesn't do a good job of showing it in this. Okay, so in the Wizard of the Coast one, in this bottom right-hand corner, there's a logo of sorts. And mine does not have that. And when you go over to the one from Team Rocket, it doesn't have it. So we're looking in this bottom right-hand corner. What's up, Billy? I made mistake? Oh no. Yeah, let me just casually find that every single time. I think that's insanity, bro. What mistake did you make, dude? Is everything okay? I casually just took a 5-hour nap. Oh yeah, that's a big mistake. I'm gonna be up forever, brother. Promo is always there on Arts. No, not always. Especially the older ones. They're not always like that. What have I done? You've ruined your sleep schedule. Got one of the Pichu promos and it has a star that says promo, same spot. Well, okay, so that's the thing. Here, I can show you kind of like my chase, right? TSI. So Dragonite's my homie. Here at my finger on the right hand side, it says star promo, right? But the other one for Wizards of the Coast used to be inside the art. And this one also has here at the top, it's Warner Brothers presents the first Pokemon movie. So this is probably one of my cool, like I think this is really cool because Dragonite's my homie. Next to the black mold, yeah, literally. I guess I should probably take a look and make sure that's not trying to kill me. Next to the black molds and sand. Here you go. I know you like the legendary birds. Here's a Zapdos promo. A super crinkly Cosmo Hollow Entei promo. That art is sick. Almost looks like a screenshot of the show. This one, yeah, it does look pretty good. I don't know if it's worth anything. I haven't gotten to these ones yet. The Suicune promo, because here in the promos listed here, the bottom right on this one. Zekrom promo. Chimchar promo. Palkia. Is that McDonald's promo? I have no idea. Genuinely, Zapdos was the card that started my Pokemon journey with friends. Do you have this one? I'd consider parting ways with it, buddy, especially if it had that type of meaning to you. You say the word. I'm not sure if it's the McDonald's ones or not, dude. I just don't like claiming Zapdos because it's usually hollow or expensive. I mean, either or, dude. If you like the legendary birds, brother, we can keep an eye out. I might have an extra. Let me take a look around. I may have an extra one of these. I feel bad with Dragonite, dude. Half the time the Dragonite is like kind of crazy, I feel like. Cause like now this one I'd have a harder time parting ways with. Cause I have like my Articuno, my chonky Articuno bird from Fossil. That one I like a lot. And I like that. Like I like the Zapdos promo, but dude, if that's the card that started your journey, then come on through. I got you. I also snagged this Galarian Zapdos. With him chasing off a Dodrio, that was kind of a fun card as well. I might have 2 of these. I'm not sure. I'd have to find my other. I'll take a look around and see. I mean, you've already helped fund a lot of the fun with all of this, dude. So you say the word. If you like those, I'll see what I can do for you. And dude, there's a lot of those Zapdoses that you can find hollow. I feel like some of the legendaries like aren't treated as legendary anymore sometimes. Like Palkia and Dialga are just kind of like normal. Some Magikarps. There's a jungle Rapidash that's chewed up. There's the Hollow Vaporeon from Jungle. Scyther being eaten away by, I think it's ink, but I may need to take a closer look at some of that. So this was a misprint electrode that was super common. So it's not listed as jungle, it's listed as base set unlimited, but it is hollow like jungle. I don't think these cards have gotten wet at all. Yeah, I think it's ink. Because even me scratching it here, like that would have came off if it was molds. But which ink, I mean, at that rate, I may have wanted mold so it would come off instead of ink. Little fossil Clefable. Lickitung. No, we never want mold. Oh yeah, my bad. Tauros. These ones are all kind of hella chewed up. I'll try to go through these ones a little closer. These are all like fossil. So Pharaoh, Spearow, Cubone, Mankey, Rhyhorn, Persian, Dodrio, Gloom, Nidorina, Parasect, Bellsprout, Execute, Executor, Nidoran, Eevee, Seeking, Goldeen, Venonat. A couple good ones. Yo! Thank you for giving some love to Billy. Appreciate that, TSI. Thank you, buddy. I've got fun updates. We've got sorry, what's just going to bed. And a gift to the Luna. Homies out here fueling the homies. Yeah, look at the backside of this one. That's like just 2 separate cards. Appreciate you, TSI. Thank you, buddy. You know that's never required. We're all just hanging out, looking at pretty cardboard. Yikes! What do you mean, bro? That's still playable, right? That's tournament legal. Little Jigglypuff singing. First edition Team Rocket Dark Hypno. This is one of the cool ones for me. First edition Team Rocket Dark Dragonair. So, really like that one. Just for personal desire. Zubat from first edition Team Rocket. Abra as well. It's like 2 separate cards, yeah. And then first edition, I can't remember the name of this set with the double stars, but then a Bayleaf. So that's kind of where we're at with the vintage cards. Here, you might get a kick out of this. What you know about the Dunkle's Gilfor? Pretty sure this is a Team Rocket card in German. So is Dunkel's Giflor, is that dark Vileplume? There's some fun ones there for sure. Alright, 10:50. I've got to start wrapping things up and getting situated for bed. I'm going to set these over on the other side so I've got them ready to take a look at when it comes to organizing. Are you wearing a jacket tomorrow? No. From what I've heard, I'm not. I'm not sitting in on anything. I'm just gonna wear normal, like probably not jeans. I didn't hear anything about a dress code for us. So, like I said, I'll probably not do I'll probably not do jeans. Yeah, just something not take. Yeah, exactly. I'll probably wear like khaki pants and a quarter zip or something instead of my usual hoodies or something like that. That would be what I would default to. But like I said, I haven't heard anything. We weren't told to wear one thing over the other, as far as I was informed. Finally updated to Windows 11. I'd be surprised with turnout after weather. Yeah, I think, I mean, a couple of the agents that I was talking to already said that they weren't going to be trying to get out this way. See if we can find someone cracking some packs or something. Intern been crushing it otherwise? True. Well, this is the first time I've seen it actually working. The subtitle me extension I have. Alright, Menard. I'll catch you tomorrow. Super glad to catch you tonight. Yo, appreciate you stopping in, buddy. I'm gonna find someone to raid out to, and we'll kind of send some loves over to someone else also looking at cards and stuff. But other than that, I'm right behind you. Peace and love, brother. Take it easy. I was just trying to find someone who's doing like personal collection stuff. Hmm. You know, I'll just send you guys over to one of the homies who's been doing some GTA 5 RP. Talked to my pops about lapsed NDAs on his crazy chem work. Oh, that's interesting. I remember you mentioning that one like we were first. I'll talk to you later there. Yeah, no, that's fair, buddy. Much love, dude. Much love. Appreciate you, dude. I'm excited. That should be a cool conversation. Alright, folks, friends, and neighbors. I'm going to send you guys over to Blue Perry. They're someone that we used to play a good chunk of Valorant with. They are currently playing some Grand Theft Auto 5, doing some RP, kind of checking out that side. Been live for 2.5 hours. If you guys could copy one of those messages and kind of just send some love over, make sure that they're feeling some love, feeling welcomed. With that being said, I am going to bounce out. Not sure. Probably no stream tomorrow. I'm probably going to sit down and organize these cards unless I end up using stream as a way to kind of get some stuff done. So we'll figure it out. We'll kind of go from there. We have another walkthrough of the house we're interested on Sunday. Family's coming down to kind of help with some of that, and we're trying to look at offers and all that type of stuff. Had to get some fence quotes today about seeing if they would consider adding that to the concessions that they would kind of give us since we need a fence. So lots of brain activities and stuff. That house was that. That house was that Passaglius. I don't. That might be a German word. I don't know. Love you guys. Bye.